Hello and welcome to episode 2 of my Everquest 2 tutorial Let's Play series. This episode is going to be on questing for trade skill and adventure and the gathering of resources, which we will all be doing all of this in the Frostfang Sea zone. Now before I begin, I've decided to call this series a tutorial / Let's Play, because whilst I will be showing you how to do stuff, I still want to just play and enjoy myself. So forgive me if I forget that you are even there. On a more serious note, I will lay out this series by zones. I'm not exactly sure how best to proceed, so I'm just going to go with trying it by zones. So I will start here in Frostfang Sea and do all the quests, including the trade skill quests. Then I will move on to the next zone along. But when I reach level 10, I will try out another new zone, one of the other low zones, starter zones, and just go for AAs, which are of course alternate advancement points. That way I can try out all the low starter zones and give you a guided tour of the beautiful world of North. I will try to make all the EQ2 episodes 30 minutes in length and stop when the timer sounds. With Worm I do it by subject. With EQ2 and Minecraft Monster I will try it this way and see how we get on. Okay, let's start by finishing our first quest. So in the first episode we see that the quest giver had a feather above their head, which denoted they had a quest for us. With quests, when you've done the quest, then you will see on the mini-map and also in the game that there's a person with a red book above their head. That denotes that that is the person you have to hand in the quest to, the quest where the quest will finish. Okay, you see I just got an update there for learning Pilgrim's Landing, which will count towards my unexplored locations. I am hoping to do the daily objectives as I go along, because they're worth eventually when I get 5 of the points, although I've got 65. But when you get to 5 points of that, you can get a bag of platinum for 500 coins if you're all access member. Anyway, let's talk to this person and hand in. There we go, notice my XP bar shot up, and here's my quest reward. Oh yay, I'll get some money, our first bit of money. Okay, now notice it's turned to a feather. That means they're giving us another quest. So okay, so we're just going to go with that. So they're telling me to go speak to the trainer, so let's go speak to the trainer, and I'll be rewarded with getting an upgrade for my weapon, which is good in 2 ways, because it's a one-handed weapon. Excuse me, sorry. At the moment I've got a 2-handed weapon. I do not want a 2-handed weapon. I want to have a shield and a one-handed weapon, because that's the way I prefer to play. I prefer the stats you get from the single-handed weapons and the better options. So anyway, let's accept this quest. Let's now go talk to the trainer. Now here's our first trade skill quest. So I'm going to talk to this guy.
Hail.
And this is where you can learn about the collections I spoke about, but I'm going to learn about the harvesting, because then I'll be given the harvesting quest, which I'll get a nice item from. So I'm going to choose that. So he says blah blah blah, you can collect resources all around the world. I mean, don't get me wrong by saying blah blah blah. I love this game. It's when you've played it for years, you do tend to go blah 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 though when you read the script, the texts. So anyway, he's telling us about the different things, resources that I mentioned before. Okay, so we're just going to follow through with what he says, and then here we go. This is what we want. Accept the quest. Right, now down here it'll tell you what he said. Up here, the skill required to harvest in a given area increases along with the difficulty of the area. I'm glad I actually bothered to read that, because it's just then like it used to be. So as we progress in difficulty in the zones, our skill in resource gathering, remember, if I bring up the skills just to quickly show you, so if we go to skills and general, okay, as we get to harder zones we need to improve our resource gathering. So when we gain a level in adventure or in crafting, this will then go up by 5 points, as you'll see. Let's just do it and you'll see. So thanks for the information. Let's now go talk to the trainer.
Hail to ye!
Right, I'd like to learn about combat, and so I'll say I'll be victorious. Okay, now with EQ2 it starts off, there are a few different types of creature and the strengths of them. This creature, as you can see, is a weak one, so that's the first weakest. Then you've got your average, medium, then this one denoted by these brackets. So if I click on him, notice how up here in the target window it's got the brackets here. That means he's a much tougher mob, a formidable, as EQ likes to word it. So weak, medium strength, very tough. Well, you know what? Oops, no, I didn't mean to do that. But I am Milamba, and I do not cower from the strongest. So let's test out our best spell on him. That's 12 to 23, that's only 6 damage. But I believe, is that a damage over time? Anyway, let's try him out on this poor person. So I can either click on them or push the number keys. I'll do the number keys. Okay, there we go. Now if I attack him as well, by double left clicking on him and get close enough, there you go. Now there's something I love about EQ2, the fact that chests drop from the special tough mobs, and the more rare the mob the better the chest. I do love that. That's one of the things I forgot all about. So if we left click on that, it opens up and we'll just do loot all. Dissolve is actually something we can use. How cool is that? Our first spell upgrade. You see, it just gets better and better. Remember to always left click on the creatures you kill, because then you'll loot their corpses as well. That's their corpse is additional to the chest. So if I bring up the inventory window, in fact not the inventory, let's bring up the bags and see what we got. So what we got off of that mob was a treasured item. It's Adept. Do you see at the top there it says Adept? Currently we have apprentice version of that spell Dissolve, but this is an upgrade which will upgrade it to Adept version. You can get 3 different types of spells. One is creature dropped, 2 you can craft, and the 3rd is dropped from raid mobs or really difficult mobs. You know what? When y'all all come and join me, and I hope a lot of you do who watch this series, Anthers, and another person, sorry I can't remember your name, have asked about joining, and yeah, most certainly I'm on the Split Euro server, and we can start a guild and we can start to have a lot of fun, because then I can make some episodes on us raiding. So come along and join me, guys, we'll have a lot of fun. Right, okay, so to learn this upgrade, notice it will put our damage up. At the moment we inflict between 12 and 23 poison damage with that spell I just used on this poor guy, but once I learn this it will upgrade to between 17 and 31. So to upgrade, right click, left click scribe, there you go, you see now it's upgraded, and if I hover over it you'll see the new damage that I'm doing. So I'm just that bit more powerful. How cool is that? And that's nothing, we're going to get real tough. When I gained a level I got a new spell as well. So this one inflicts between 3 and 6 damage. It's an area effect, and it's also a dot effect, although for 3 seconds isn't very long, but still, who am I to grumble? Okay, now I got a harvesting bag, which I got from that first quest, I believe. Not the first quest, from the Tradeskill guy here. I got that harvesting bag when I accepted the quest, and that's the reason I did. So what I'm going to do is, whenever we can upgrade one of our bags, we shall. Now, before you remove a bag, always make sure it's empty. I don't think it will let you otherwise, but let's just remove that bag. And we'll drop in the harvesting bag there, because notice it's much bigger. It will only fit resources in it though. But you know what? That's perfect. So I'm going to put that actually... Oh. Okay, what I want to do is have it in the very last slot. So let's put it there. Okay, their bags are in order. We will be making much nicer, bigger bags as we go along. We'll get there eventually. Right, okay, so we've upgraded our spell. And let's talk to the trainer.
Well met.
I was victorious. Okay, got XP. And I should have got an item. No? Okay. Oh no, I need to report back to Yasha. So let's go back and tell of my bravery. Okay, let's click. There we go, got the XP and got the item, the trusty wand. Let's hope it is trusty. So let's accept that gift. I got some money as well. Okay. So basically I'm going to get the next quest from them. And it's talking about going and fighting orcs. Well, what better than to test our new weapon on than some orcs? And this is the item we'll be rewarded with. Green means it's getting... the item is considered weak for our character. You're always looking for white items which denote that they're of the right level for you. Because obviously as you level up, the items that you got at level 1 aren't even going to tickle some of the later monsters. So always bear that in mind. You upgrade as you go. But in this beautiful game of EQ2, our quest rewards will be our upgrades. So it's all cool. And we'll do some crafting. Anyway, let's accept the quest. Right, now, so what we will do though, I know there's some more quests up here because I can see the feather in the minimap. Right, notice here there's a question mark. When you see that on the ground, that means it's a collectible. So, right click on it. They call them shinies, I believe. Anyway, right click on it. Left click collect. You'll see this going up. And you will see, if I can bring up, I must remember what the shortcut key is for this. See, I've got Rusty. Notice how when we gained a level that we can now go up to 10. So, you will notice as I harvest, I'll get skill gains occasionally. But here you go, we can now go up to 10. So that's what we'll be doing. This is a turtle shell and it is a collectible. So what we do, we loot all. It will open up the collectible window and now we left click add. And it added the turtle shell to this collection. Now if you get more turtle shells, do not throw them away because you will be selling them in the marketplace on your trader. And remember, in this fantastic game, when you go offline, log off, your trader does not, so you'll still be selling. So when you get extras of your collectibles, keep them and sell them on your trader. Right, so there we go, that's our first collection that we're starting. Remember, when I've got the full set, I can then hand that in for experience and an item, which we'll see. Right, carrying on, let's go visit this guy. Okay, let's talk to them. Yeah. Right, yeah, he wants me to get him gather him up some food, I think. So we're going to get an upgrade to our armor. So we'll accept. Okay, now if we look over here. Now notice here that it's gone off the screen. What you can do, right click, go to the Windows settings. Currently it's locked. I'm going to unlock it and turn off click through. OK that. Now what I can do is come over it and stretch it down. There we go. Let's have it to there. That's much better. Right click, go to Windows settings, lock it back up, click to click through enabled. That way now if I'm clicking over there, it's not going to click on the text. I can, you know, just move around still. But there we are. We can now see. So it's a harvest. This guy's just gave me this quest here, slay Kruto's defenders. Right, okay, so let's do that. Now in EQ2, again, this is fantastic because all of the mobs have a little feather above them letting us know that that's what we got to kill. So let's start zapping them. There we go. With our new upgraded spell, it makes life much easier. And we're going to loot everything because we are a loot meister. Not a ninja, we're a loot meister. You see, look at this, you just got to love the warlock. And this is without my pet. Oh, this one's still alive. Must have been a bit tougher. But they still go the same way. Okay, let's just loot them all. Yeah, once I've got my pet attacking as well and a few good spells, then that should sort that out. Okay, so that's that quest done. Nice and quick and easy. Let's do a turn in. There we go, another level and some more armour. Right, let's see what he wants us to do now. Right, okay, next quest that he's given us, we've got to test out this repellent. Before we do that though, we will always upgrade our armour. So let's put the gloves on, let's use the weapon. See, just by double clicking it will slot it for us. Okay, so with this it's not worth anything, so let's just destroy it. The same goes for this, not worth anything, let's just destroy it. At least I hope I did put them on, yeah I did. Right, okay, so we've got a new quest and this time we need to test the new repellent on spore tenders. So here's a spore tender, select him. Ah, okay, it's spore tenders over here. So if we come over here, I thought as much because it didn't have the little feather over their heads. There you go, Crustois. This time it's got little bags. Basically when they got the little icons like that, it's telling you it's the mob that you want. So let's do this. There we go, this will be a nice quick easy quest and we like that. We can do quick and we can do easy. Of course it won't always be that way, but I'll tell you now, I don't know if I will be playing solo all the way up, but it is very possible to get to level 100 solo. Yeah, there's some zones which it would be too deadly for me, you know, like raid zone or really high level zones, but for the most part it will be enjoyable showing you that quest of getting to level 100 with this character. Although there'll probably be another expansion out by the time I reach that, raising up the level cap. Now let me just check. Oh, I need one more. Right, okay. Right, okay, that's it, done. So now we can return. And also what I should be doing is just, if you double click when it has the hand symbol on a resource, you will collect it, which I should be doing for this quest here. Now over here you'll notice my skills going up. I gained another level, so now I can go up to 15. So what I will do is I will need a load of resources for when I start crafting, so let's gather some resources whilst I'm doing the quests. And that's the way I like to play EQ 1 and 2. I like to try and keep the skill maxed out for resource gathering. So we're going to be getting wet soon by going in the sea and fishing. There you go. This is flashing because I just got 2 lead. So somewhere it's going to say I need... Oh, I must have done the lead, and that's why it's not appearing in the list anymore. As you get these items, they will be removed from the list, as you're going to notice. Lead is good for if you get into jewellery crafting. A lead bracelet I think we'll be making with the tutorial, with the first quests that the Tradeskill guild or guy gives us. Notice there's 2 similar types of rock. They give different items, and there's our first rare, a copper cluster. Whenever you get a rare item, it means that you'll be able to craft a better item of that tier. So you'll see when we start crafting, and I do love the crafting in EQ2. It is not just to sit back and watch while it crafts. In this game you have to apply your mind to the crafting, and it pays you well to do so, because not only does the game reward you, you also feel good when you're able to do a trade writ in a quarter of the time of what the game thinks it will take you, as you will see later on. Right, okay, so I think we got enough of them. Now, scattered around this Frostfang Sea, in different parts of the zone, you'll find the different resources. Over here, in this side of the zone, you'll find the stones, which give things like lead and copper and etc. Over here, you'll find the creature dens, which will give us hides and meats. First I've got to get my skill trapping up a bit though. So there we got some meats. Can't remember whether it says furs or hides. It keeps failing until you get to 15. Once it's maxed, then you'll notice you succeed every single time. But whenever you gain a level and you get a new cap to your skill, you'll notice you keep failing a lot until you cap it again. Yeah, so raw hides. And over here we got some wood. Same again, now we've got to get our forestry up. That's why it's good to stay on top of it and keep them maxed as you go. Try not to gain too many levels before doing your resource gathering. Otherwise you're going to have a lot of failing. But if you do it as you go, like I'm doing, like I'm showing you, it's the right way, the good way, the fun way. I just hope at some point I don't forget in a future episode to set the timer, otherwise you're going to see a record length episode on EQ2, probably 6 hours before I stop and realise that I've not eaten or slept or anything, or maybe 12 hours, I don't know. It should be a record for YouTube. Okay, so now we've gathered some roots. Notice the roots spawn over here, but there are lots of roots up here usually where we're going once I've handed in the quest. Let's grab a few more of the stones. Usually for regards to the resources, I like to have 100 of each type in my pocket. Or is it 200? One or the other. But as you can see, here's the different types of resources you can get. All are useful, all are good. And what you don't use in crafting, you can either give to your alts to use, or you can sell. Anyway, let's get rid of the bags and hand in. Okay, so to finish this quest now, I've got to apply the repellent to these barrels, simply by left clicking on them. There you go. Look, all them are gone. They were eating their food or spoiling it. Now I can go back and get my reward. Oh yay, there we go, even stronger. And we got another quest, another spell. So we're racking up these spells. I think one of them, that's another damage dot, I think. Here's some armour. So with my armour spells, right, okay, just got to allow... Okay, notice how it won't let me drag the icon. So what you have to do, right click, go into hotbar settings and allow draggable icons. Apply that, then drag away. There we go. See, I like to keep all of my buffs up the top here. Oh, need to do it for every bar. So allow dragging, hotbar settings, allow dragging. So you see, this is a let's play and it is a tutorial. I am showing you stuff when I can, but apart from that, it's just me acting like a big kid, and why not? Right, so let's accept that money and get my next quest. Right, now he wants some scraggly foodstuffs. Well, as luck would have it, I know where the scraggly foodstuffs are. Right, when you've been playing as long as me, you do tend to know the starter zones, because I love re-rolling characters and alts. Rainstorm, I tell you, I've had probably thousands over the years, and I kid you not, thousands. Anyway, here's a windblown shrub, which will give us some of the foodstuffs. So we got some white tea leaves. We're looking for Jum Jum and sunfish. Well, the sunfish we'll get when we go to the sea. We're looking for just Jum Jum up here. Again, we've got to get our gathering skill up. Gathering skill is used for the collectibles and for shrubs and stuff like that. There we go, we got one. We need two more. I don't know about you, but EQ and EQ2 are just such fun games to play alongside Worm and alongside Minecraft. I tell you, the world is your oyster when you have so many good games to play. Oh, and not forgetting Salem, of course. That's a recent addition to my games that I play, and I'll always be playing it because it's another fantastic game. They all have, though, in their own distinct way, something which none of the others have. For me, in EQ, the games of EQ, it's just over the years I have got so many memories of different people and friends I've made from all over the planet playing it. Absolutely wonderful. I remember when I started in 2001, a friend at work introduced me to EQ, and he had a high level bard, and he was supposed to be showing me around the world of EQ1. And so we're going through what's the woods called off of the next zone along from the common lands. Anyway, it's night time, we get to that zone, he goes off at 1,000,000 miles an hour because he's on his bard, leaves me walking through the woods at night time when it was a really dank, because all the nasties come out in this zone at night time, and so in short order I was chopped up by some skeletons, masters or something like that. And that was just my first memory of Everquest 1. Beautiful game. And as for EQ2, well, Rainstorm's always been playing with me with this, and right, I've got all of them. Rainstorm's always played EQs with me, EQ1 and EQ2. We have got a ton of funny stories we can tell you, especially about her with her ranger and me sitting back looting everything. She'll tell you that I was an extreme ninja. Still, hopefully I'll make an episode in the future and she'll be able to tell you that herself. Okay, so did we get all? No, we need one more Jum Jum. And then we'll be done with this quest. And we've got one of our dailies done. I will probably have to get the other daily done off of camera, because I know when I'm having this much fun that time's going by really quickly, so I know the alarm's going to go soon. But anyway, like I say, when it reaches 30-minute timer, then I'll stop. What I have to decide though is when the timer finishes, do I carry on doing this zone, or do I just carry on in the next episode? I'm not too sure. Well, no, I think, you know what? I will let you see all that I do. Oh, there we go, you see. There is the timer. Okay, so I'm going to just gather some resources. Perhaps let's see, can I do another one of these? No, I can't do trade skilling without going to another zone. Oh no, I've got enough points for the moment, so I'll carry on when you rejoin me, and we'll carry on from exactly this spot. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed this episode on EQ2. Goodbye.